And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. Genesis 1.2, King James Version. This was a redo of one that I did probably about a year ago. I wasn't smart enough to take a picture before I did that. What I'd written on the back was just the word Genesis, which I realised covers the whole thing, so that's too much. And what I'd done at the time, I think, was draw a lighthouse and lots of different symbols. So I thought I wanted something more organic, where I put the paint on and use my usual technique rather than directing it consciously. And actually, it was quite a mess once I moved the paint around, because when you paint on top of something, it creates a blending of the previous paint, the challenge of trying to make that be something. And there's always just hope at that point, like I'm going around different things that look like shadows and I don't know what it's going to end up like. The idea of the waters there is noon, and then the face upon the waters. What's interesting, there are several faces here. I notice more different ones each time I look at it, but there's definitely like a circular motion too. So the whole thing is kind of a face, and you can see the edge of it here, bottom left. But what I actually see is like the face of a cow, or definitely something animal-like, and everything's happening within this face. So that could represent the idea of the galaxy. And then there's this smaller head within, which is probably around about where the floppy ear bit would be. And like I say, I think this looks female. There's a lot of movement, like circularity and flow here. It looks like two faces next to each other here, one of which looks like it's got a heart for an eyeball. It actually could be the shape of an M. Further up on the right-hand side, that bit has made me laugh for a while, because it is actually attached to a character. It just looks like a large pair of nuts. Top left, I can see two heads after each other. The one on the right-hand side looks a bit more serious, like soldier-like or warrior-like. And then below this looks a bit like lots of people dancing, I think. And then there's other squiggles here on the right-hand side, but it kind of looks like the edge of the space, the waters, etc. Sort of it's curving around there, and it looks like somebody leaning up against a post on the right-hand side. So I'm kind of glad I did this, actually. I've got one other one that I've chosen to paint over because, like I say, originally it was sort of like me choosing what to draw as opposed to seeing what happened. I'm still going through the pictures trying to decide which ones that I'm happy to sell. I think either way, I'm going to end up with way too many pictures that I want to keep. Thanks for listening.